Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be tackling part 2 of our DIY shed. We're going to take all of this lumber right here and turn it into walls with doors and window openings. Now the first wall that I'm going to tackle is one of the side walls, which coincidentally is the one that's right behind me. It's going to be the easiest because there's no cutouts for windows or doors or anything like that. It's just a straight up wall. Now for our shed, we decided that we wanted to go with 16-inch on center studs just to give us more versatility when it comes to hanging things inside. Now in order to make life a little bit easier for me, I have grabbed both top and bottom plates so I can mark them both at the same time. If you look at your tape measure, you'll see that the 16-inch mark has a box around it. Same with 32 inches. That tells you the center points for your studs. Now when you go and mark your studs, you're going to want to go back about 1/4 or 3/4 of an inch and draw a line, and then put an X on the side that has the little box around your 16-inch mark, 32, and so on. That way you know your stud will go on that side of your line. So for instance, for 16 inches, I'm going to go to 15 1/4, draw a little line, put an X right there, grab my speed square, line up the line, draw a line, and now I know that on the left side of that line is where the stud's going to go, and I'm going to line the edge of the stud up with that line. Just keep going like that until you reach the end of your board, and you'll be good to go. This last line right here, how it's very close to the end, this is the stud for the inside wall. So if you're going to add things like drywall or some kind of sheathing on the inside, you have a nice solid mounting point on all 4 walls. I've got the bottom plate laid up on its end, and I've got my first stud in place. Now I take the nail gun and attach these two together. And it's as simple as that. Just grab another 2x4, put it on your mark, drive 2 nails in, just keep working down the line. Oh, and if the nails are a little proud on that side, just get a hammer and just smack them in so that they're flush. Well, there it is. Wall number 1 of 4 exterior walls done. Now what's left is to raise it, brace it so that it stays in place nicely, and then work on the other walls, which I will show you after we get this one out of the way. Now that the sidewall is up, we actually cut down the length of the studs about 1 foot because we realized that 8 feet was just a little bit too high. So now from floor to ceiling, it's going to be 7 feet tall. If you're like us, we took marks from our drawings and transferred them over to our subfloor, which allows us to easily take those marks and transfer it to our lumber to make building this so much easier. First things first, we're going to cut down our studs to 81 inches and start marking the top and bottom plate for studs and the openings for everything else. Now that I've got most of my pieces and parts cut out for the front wall, the only thing that's really left for me to cut out is the short jack studs for supporting the windowsill and the top part of the sill, as well as the top part of the door frame and the stud that goes, the jack stud that goes between the door frame and the top plate of the wall. Just like that, 2 walls are up. Now that's left is the last 2 walls, and I'm just gonna time lapse it because it's the same process that I did for this one as for the other 2 walls that have windows. So enjoy. Well, good morning. Didn't finish the last wall last night as I had planned. It just got a little too chilly and a little too dark for me to safely work, so back at it again this morning. I just gotta put up the final back wall. We also have to add some more supports to a couple of areas, like the door and the window frame, actually on this side. And after that, all the framing will be done. As you can see, all 4 walls are now up. The only thing that's really left to do is the small little interior walls. Well, we just finished putting up all the interior walls and getting the jack studs in over the doors. Unfortunately, I had a little bit of technical difficulties with filming the time lapse for the interior walls, so I'm sorry you don't get to see those go up. But just know that they went up just as easy as the exterior walls. In the next video, we're going to be sheathing the exterior walls, building the trusses for the roof, and sheathing the roof itself. So if you like today's video, leave a thumbs up. It really helps me a lot. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And guess what? I'll see you in the next video. Bye.